and welcome back to Sundays in the Garden. I can't believe it that when you see this video, it should be Sunday the 7th of December, which means I have filmed 11 out of 12 of the months in my gardening year. For those of you who are new to the channel, my name's Sarah, and in 2025, I gave myself the challenge of filming every single day of my gardening year, which means I had to pick up my camera every single day from January the 1st all the way to December 31st and film what I was doing in my gardening journey in this year. It's been an amazing and incredible year with so many different things happening. I'm so grateful that it was 2025 that I decided to come up with this idea and document it. We've had some amazing highs, such as fantastic holidays as a family, and I've had some really amazing gardening experiences, like helping to build a show garden at Gardener'S World Live, visiting some fantastic gardening events, making some amazing gardening friends, and taking on my first allotment as well. It's been fantastic to document the process of that over the last 6 months or so. We've also had some sadness in our year because we lost a close member of our family, but it's been amazing to watch how the garden kind of helped us through that time, really, and helped us all to heal during a difficult time. And I think so many people use their gardens to help them through times of difficulty and grief. So now 2025 is coming to a close, and I'm in the final month of documenting my gardening year. By the end of this month, I should have a new polytunnel at the allotment. I'm hoping to get the kitchen garden tidied up for the winter, but not too tidy. We'll talk about that as we go along, and finish off all those final end of the year jobs that complete a gardening year. If you're new to the channel and you think you might find this kind of thing interesting, then we would love to have you as a member of our community by subscribing. It doesn't cost anything, and it just means you stay up to date with every time I post a video of what I'm up to. Next year is going to be very much similar things. I'll post a video every Sunday, garden tours, garden vlogs, garden jobs, and all that kind of stuff. So if it's something you'd be interested in, we would love to have you as part of the community. Today, Sunday the 30th of November, I've got about an hour to spend in the kitchen garden, so I'm going to see what I can get done in terms of tidying up and sorting out up there before lunch. Let's go. As I had limited time, I decided to tackle this bed at the back right area of the kitchen garden, which had housed my runner beans, some peas, and the nasturtiums, which are now very squishy, so I'm just clearing this area, and they self-seed amazingly, so they'll be back again next year for sure. Then I took down the pea structure. I always fold away the netting and the structure itself, and then I decided to try some YouTube magic. 1, 2, 3. Ta-da! If only it was that easy. But really happy to have another bed sorted. Once back inside, my husband was baking some bread, so I thought I'd show you what he was up to because it all looks so delicious. This was the dough for the artisan bread, and this was the dough for the focaccia. And while that was in the oven, he was making some pasta for our lunch as well, which he made into spaghetti, which was lovely. This is the focaccia, rosemary and garlic, once it had come out of the oven. And this is the artisan bread, which was absolutely amazing and so light and fluffy inside. Monday the 1st of December arrived, and I could not believe we were in the final month of my gardening year. We took our annual trip to one of our local garden centres, which have a fantastic Christmas display and some singing penguins, which my little boys absolutely love, so it's always the trip we make every single year. Once we were home, it was time for a little forage around the garden to find some foliage for our Christmas wreath. I love the lighter colour of the foliage here, so into my basket it went. Then, of course, the traditional holly went in. I left these berries to enjoy out of the window. I love the Coton Easter berries as well, just stunning and traditional at this time of year. I picked up some ivy and some ivy berries as well, and once I had everything I needed, it was back inside to prepare our wreath. After a few final tweaks, I was happy. And there you have it, a homemade wreath for our front door. Hello! It's Tuesday today. We've had a busy morning doing our bookwork, and I'm just going to go to the allotment before my lunch to put these onions in the same bed as where I put the garlic the other day. They smell amazing. I've got some more garlic bulbs coming from Sutton's that I'm going to put into the kitchen garden, which should hopefully then mean we might be able to be self-sufficient in garlic by this time next year, because I've got 23 bulbs in at the allotment, and then I should be able to get a whole bed's worth nearly in the kitchen garden full of garlic with the second batch that are coming, which I'm going to plant on the shortest day, 21st, on the solstice. So plant them on the shortest day to harvest on the longest day, which I know a lot of people do. So that's my plan for the second batch of bulbs, which are coming soon. But these onions are growing really well now, and their roots need to get into the ground. So let's go and do that and then head home. And a little lesson from these onion sets today. Whilst above the surface it appears that nothing is happening, underneath there is a huge amount of growth and development taking place. Just because you can't see it doesn't mean it's not there. Growth and development doesn't have to be showy to be taking place. Sometimes it's in the quiet work that goes on behind the scenes where the biggest impact and transformation is taking place. Another step forward, quietly completed. After feeding the birds and the worms, I turned my attention to the hellebores. I've noticed in the last few days that they've started to flower, which is so exciting, but it now means it's high time I cut back the old foliage to allow all of this beautiful new foliage to come through. It is important to cut back hellebore foliage because they can harbour disease from year to year. So if you remove the old spent foliage, then it allows plenty of space, but also stops any diseases spreading to the new foliage for the new season. So whilst this looks brutal at the moment and makes the whole area look a little bit bare, it's actually brilliant for the plants in the long run. Hellebores, affectionately named the Christmas rose, blooming right on cue. Hello everyone, happy Thursday! How is it Thursday? It's Thursday, and I am in the greenhouse because my garlic bulbs from Sutton's arrived yesterday evening. So I'm going to plant them up in the recently vacated containers that had my garlic in, that is now at the allotment. Get them started off in here, and then on the 21st of December I'll pop them out into the kitchen garden, which is exciting. Can't believe we're at the turn of the year again almost already. So exciting. The weather is pretty miserable today as well, so really looking forward to light returning slowly after we reach the solstice. And of course, we hope light will be returning, but that does not mean heat. And in fact, we'll probably be losing a lot of heat into January and February, as is often the way. I wonder if we'll get any snow this year. There was a lot of talk earlier in the year about this being a particularly cold winter, due to the being a mast year, and that kind of thing. But so far, we're doing okay, but we're not really into winter yet. So let me know if you know anything about how weather is predicted, or is it just roll of the dice, luck of the draw. All I'm doing is the same as I did before, throwing some compost into these trays and then popping the garlic into the trays. I'll see how many bulbs I've got. I ordered 4 full bulbs, which obviously I'll be breaking down into cloves to grow on. So it'll be interesting to see how many cloves I get per bulb. So one of the bulbs is absolutely huge, and these are almost elephant garlic size, as you can see. And it actually only had 4 usable bulbs, but it was just massive. Pretty much like this. And they've all started growing. But then I've got some much smaller ones. This is just an exercise in starting them off. So they're not very far apart, not spaced far apart. Got 14 in that one. I think these are all destined for the bed that I cleared probably at the beginning of this video with my magic powers. I think the garlic is going to go in that bed this year. Behind the camera I can see my broad beans are really starting to get big now, so I'm going to have to uncover them very, very soon, ready to start planting them out. I might actually pot them on individually to start with and then plant them out when they're even bigger. Mollycoddling them a bit this year. Normally I plant them out direct in November and they germinate in the cold temperatures and grow beautifully. So I wonder if mollycoddling them will actually do them less favours. We'll find out. There's 19 in that one, so that's a reasonable amount of garlic to pop out, and fingers crossed they'll do okay. I can't remember which variety this is, but I'll put it on the screen below because these ones came well recommended from a few friends of mine. Job done! I hope they don't face too much disturbance from the pesky mice that are in here, because they are causing a bit of disruption, but overall things aren't looking too bad, so I'll keep you posted. Have a brilliant rest of your Thursday. I'm off to teach my group class and to then teach this evening as well, and see what Friday brings tomorrow. Hello everyone, and happy December. I can't believe we're here already. So as you can see, on Friday I recorded my Christmas gift guide, and I'll link that down in the description, and you can also just find it on my channel. Some of you may have seen it already. Otherwise, around that, it was a busy day, so all I did that was gardening related on Friday was to record my Christmas gift guide. Then on Saturday, as is the lovely way at this time of year, it was a day filled with friends. I began the day with a meet-up with a friend at a local garden centre, which was just wonderful. And whilst I was there, I actually spotted a tree ornament which I had to pick up because I felt like it really symbolised this year for me. With the robin perched on the watering can, it symbolises both my robin friend that I made this year in the garden and also the watering can to symbolise my gardening year. Thank you so much to everyone who's stuck with me throughout my gardening year. It hasn't gone unnoticed. I really appreciate you all, and it's been fantastic to have your company. Have a brilliant week, and I look forward to seeing you next time with an exciting new addition to the plot.